So today, no, maybe not. So today's Monday, the 4th of September. God, it's hot. It says at the moment it's 29. It probably is 29, but the humidity, last time I looked, was 70%. So that's probably why it's sticky. And out there on the app, it says it's a sunny day. I say it's not a sunny day. It's cloudy, sunny. There's still a lot of sand in the air. Now, yesterday, when I did my live vlog yesterday, Jim, you're a top man. Well done for being the first. Well done, sir. So I got 2 people in the house, but I've only got 1 person on the YouTube thing. So yeah, so it's a really hot day. Now yesterday, well, the weekend I should say, they give us, during the past week, loads of warnings about it could be a gutter freer, make sure all the storm drains are clear, and they cancelled a lot of events, especially on Saturday. And to be honest, here we had a few heavy downpours, but nothing major. Obviously, nice to have the rain, because obviously we all need the rain at the moment. But nothing really happened. Obviously, further up past north of Mercia, some places that had some really bad rains. I'm talking about floods and that. But down here, nothing. As far as I know, anyway. You could be in one area, but as far as I know, in the Mazaron area, or even the Mercia area, as far as I know, we didn't get nothing. Now, at the moment, I'm sweating. And it's only 30, but like I said, the humidity is really high. Anyway, today's topic is by Glenn. Now, Glenn, give me a topic. Just before I go into the topic, guys, if you've got any answers, any questions you want to ask me, as long as I said, nothing to do with money or buying property, solicitors, those sort of things, guys, you need to contact somebody qualified. But any general chit chat, I'm quite happy to talk about. And today's topic today is: did you buy your place new, or was it somebody else living there before me? So that's today's topic. So, obviously, the place is on Camposol. Camposol started well over 20 years ago. And you'll find a lot of the properties here on Camposol are about 20 years old, or even older, thinking about it, because I've met some people that first come here when it first started. Obviously, A was the main area, and then they carried on across the road, B, C, D. They're even going to make even more sectors, but that is when, I think it was 2008, 10, is when the crash happened, and everything stopped. So my property that I live in is not brand new, but it was in the street behind me, because I live on a corner, but the street behind me, I think there were 5 villas that weren't built. They were like the last 5 villas built. So we were pretty lucky, really, because the one that we bought, the corner plot, was supposed to be a double plot. There was supposed to be another villa built just where the pool is at the moment. I'm going to turn it around at the moment. So where that pool is was going to be another villa there. So, but I think because we was on a bit of a slope here, they've given us a bigger piece of land. But the only drawback at having a bigger plot, and somebody's going to say, "How big's your plot, Sean?" is that's what our council tax or IBI goes on. So because we got a double plot, we have to pay a little bit more, which is a bit nuts, because obviously some villas are really big, and if they're on a small plot, they don't have to pay so much. But that's the way it is, unfortunately. And it ain't much. I mean, when you consider that our council tax, we can have it in 2 payments. But we just do the one because it's just under 500. No, sorry, it's just over 500 euros a year. Whereas I can remember last time I left Dorset, we were still paying about 130 a month, I think. Plus, on top of that, we had to pay extra for the bins for the garden waste. We had to pay an extra, I think it was an extra tenner a month on top of that for garden waste. So yeah, bit of a difference. And another thing doesn't get mentioned a lot here on Camposol is we don't pay a community fee. You find a lot of the urbanisations, and you find a lot, especially the golf resorts, you pay a community fee. Like especially down the road, you've got the country club; they pay a community fee. Now, I mean, another thing about Camposol, it has got a golf course. It's got an 18-hole golf course, and it's been open ever since I've been here. Whereas a lot of the golf courses around us have shut down for a while. They're all reopened up again. So yeah. Anyway, so we didn't buy this house brand new. I think the people before us bought it brand new, and when they bought it brand new, it was just the house itself, the garden, the pool. There were all extras. So that's why, in another sense, it's better to buy a property that's not brand new, because you find a lot of brand new properties, sometimes they address it, but usually they don't. So you just buy a property, you've got to add all the shrubs, and garden stuff later on, which is obviously another extra cost. Obviously, the same with the pool. There's still a lot of properties here on Camposol. It's got a big plot, but got no pool. And I think now pools now are probably about 15 to 20 grand a pool. I mean, I'm on about a normal size pool. Obviously, you can get smaller pools. And I'm just looking at the water at the moment. Looks like it needs a top up. But I think we'll leave it, because even though I think the worst of the weather's gone, I think the rest of the week it's supposed to be a bit of sunny, cloudy, and there might be the odd shower. So we're just going to leave it for the week. And going back at the weekend, yesterday, I didn't put it up because when I spoke to you guys, the sky in the afternoon turned yellow. Not as bad as last time when it all went really mad with the sand in the sky sort of thing. Obviously this morning everything's covered in dust. And that's another thing. Funny enough, I met a Canadian couple that just come over to look at some property, and they now understand why you need like a pressure hose to, one, clean your car, but you're not allowed to clean the car in the street, guys. You've got to go down the car wash and do it. But especially your property, you've got to clean off that sand. Especially, I know a lot of people have had their properties painted and want to get that sand off, because if you leave it on too long, it starts to stain the paintwork. So you've got to be careful, guys. Don't leave it too long. But I think at the moment we're not, well, my wife's been on about it already today. She's on about pressure hosing it out. But I think best to leave it a couple of days, because I still think we might have some more rain to come, even though it's not saying on the app. But then the app you can't trust, because today was supposed to be the only sunny day this week. But looking at this morning, we went down to Toltana. It looked like we got the fog, but it's just the sand in the air, really thick and clammy. And it's just covered the car, even though it didn't come from the rain. It just dust in the air. That can also be an issue for people that's got asthma and things like that. That's probably why I'm got a bit of a frog in my throat. I've been out, like I said, I've been down to Toltana. We just had a quick meal over at Rendezvous. We had a cider and a cup of tea. So my throat shouldn't be that dry, but I think it's so dry in the air. So, Glenn, yeah, I didn't buy it brand new. There's not, to be quite honest, I don't think there's any new properties on Camposol. I think the last lot were the, oh God, if Harvey's watching, he knows what they're called. I keep calling them Mariposas, but they're not. There was a couple of sections on Camposol that were built by different builders, not the Massa. I can't think what they were. So they were total different shape because all these properties that are on Camposol are mostly prefab. They're all constructed like kit form, concrete wall sort of thing. They were really designed for holiday homes, really, not for us living in them 24/7. But hey ho, you pay for what you get. That's what I say. But yeah, so they're not brand new, and like I said, I don't think there's anything on Camposol. Obviously, there's a lot of properties that's been done up, that's completely been restructured. There's one down near the Memorial Park. It's been completely rebuilt. I think, to be honest, looks amazing. Looks a bit out of place, but it looks amazing place. There are places dotted around Camposol that has had a complete sort of refit. And I think that's another thing about property, because if you're looking down our pool to the barbecue area, my wife decided to take off the render, because the render was coming away. And you probably can't see it so much now, but they didn't put a damp course at the bottom there, so when it rains, the rain just soaks up through the brick. Of course, it just knocks the render off. So my wife's I keep saying my wife, she's gonna retile all that, could put tiles all over it. So that's another project on the list. But you will find with these sort of properties, after a while, you do have to maintain them a lot, especially the paintwork. We need painting. It needs a complete recoat. I think usually they say every 5 years. Well, we've been here more than 5 years, and it does need a recoat. It does cost a lot of money. I'm going to be, we got a massive wall all around our property that needs. There's some loose bits that need chipping away and a bit of render on it, and then it needs painting. So that's another job coming up for the next couple of years. And you got bits falling off. It's just, but I think that's like any home, that you have to keep on top of it. If you don't keep on top of it, it just gets worse, doesn't it? So I think I've chatted enough on that subject. So yeah, it's not a brand new property. And what I have noticed, going back onto that, you find a lot of new properties now, you will find that they're a lot smaller in size. So this is another reason why I say to people, come on out to Camposol, because there's some big property here for a good price. Because a lot of the new ones, they've gone back into building these shoe boxes now. When I mean shoe box, they actually look like a shoe box. It's like it's like the modern look, not the sort of Spanish type look. And they're making the rooms a lot smaller. They do look nice, and I think they look better once they've got furniture put in them. They do look hard. When I've gone around, I've done a couple down on the coast, especially down near the port, and they're empty, and they look so bland, and you think, will you get a bed in there? But once they've been dressed up, because the other thing here, what they tend to do, they do the show house up, and if they sell it, and they don't do another show house. So it doesn't give other people an idea what they would look like. Why they just leave the show house and let the other houses sell, I don't know. But anyway, that's how it seems to happen here. Once the show house is being liked and they want to pay that money, it's gone. So any other people looking at new builds will just see an empty shell, and you've got to use your own imagination, which is very hard, because going around doing videos, sometimes I think personally the camera makes the room look smaller anyway. So it's always advisable, obviously, to come out and have a look yourself. I think I've had quite a few people recently who want to come here, but for obviously work situations and other things, they can't, and they'd rather buy it off the internet. I would rather they come out and have a look first, and not only just look at the property, but also have a look at the area to make sure it's them suited. But anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed the chit chat today. I've got to thank Glenn for that. I've got another one tomorrow. Tomorrow it's about the swimming pool. What's the costs? So that's tomorrow's chit chat. So anyway, guys, thank you much for watching. Most appreciate it. Neil's coming in with the thumbs. He's the top man. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Keith Steele, he's a great supporter. So I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Thank you much for watching. Adios.